Hello, everybody. This is Pam Jungi and
John Amatucci and Frankie
our special
Valley.
guest star, Frankie Valley.
We got a
now,
special guest.
do not confuse him with, the headliner, Frankie Valley, but come on. I mean, how lucky are we? This gets even better. Hi, this is Pam Jungi and John Amatucci coming to you live from Las Vegas for another episode of eXp Explained.
eXp is a cloud-based licensed brokerage for processing real estate transactions. Now, brokers and independent agents all over the world are using their platform to build new businesses, scale existing businesses, save money, transfer risk, build wealth, and remain relevant.
Amen. And eXp World, the parent company, is publicly traded on the NASDAQ, and the growth is exponential. The company's 2009 beginnings were humble at best. CEO Glenn Sanford was an accomplished agent at Keller Williams, running several teams across the nation when the crash of '08 changed everything. This led Glenn to scale back, take a hard look at the entire real estate brokerage model. Glenn ultimately decided to create eXp Realty to serve as the Amazon of real estate brokerages, and he's doing it.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of eXp Explained, eXp live from Las Vegas, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to hear future podcasts.
Click it.
Pam and Johnny.
Pam and Johnny live from Las Vegas. This is like third generation Frankie Valley sitting here. Commercial eXp agent extraordinaire. However, we are eXp live from Las Vegas, coming back at you for episode 7.
7.
Yeah, we forgot.
It just seems like yesterday we were two bright-eyed kids back in January of 21, and we decided to venture into this, and now we're up to number 7. So
Yeah, we're kind of slow, but listen, it's the 7th month of the year. It's the 7th
Good
episode.
point, I like that.
We
got a lot of 7s here. Rolling 7s, baby.
We're catching
Rolling
up.
7s.
We're catching up. We're catching on. We're figuring this thing out. But anyway, we want to talk to you this week or this month, whatever it is, episode 7, about eXp Commercial. Not only has eXp Realty, eXp World Holdings transformed residential real estate as we know it, but now we've launched into the commercial space as well, and it is about time. And so we wanted to bring to you Frankie Valley, one of the first eXp commercial advisors in the state of Nevada, one of the first people, may have been the first person to ever sign on in the state of Nevada.
I was. Definitely.
As we waited patiently for eXp Commercial to actually launch in Nevada, it got open state by state by state. Are we now open in all United States?
We are open in all 50 states for eXp Commercial.
Nice.
Amazing. Right on. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you guys for having me. Super excited. As you know, Frankie Valley, born and raised here in Las Vegas. Went to Bonanza High School.
Whoop, whoop.
Represent.
Brown and yellow.
What's the mascot name of Bonanza High School?
Good old Bengals.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, whose high school colors are brown and yellow?
Used to be the San Diego Padres with brown and yellow.
I made
The
brown and
Bonanza
yellow
Bengals.
look good.
Huh? I liked it. That's a great name. The
Right?
Bonanza Bengals.
Well, so we have some professional baseball players that graduated out of Bonanza High School, right?
Yeah. Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant.
Chris Bryant. Soon
Any
to be
fun?
traded. Chris Bryant.
A couple
Yeah.
more in there somewhere.
Exactly. So congratulations on your high school graduation.
Thank you very much.
Seems like it was only yesterday because it probably was close to yesterday.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's right.
So you grew up in Las Vegas. And Pam told me that you used to be quite a baseball player.
Yep, I played baseball, got a couple baseball scholarships, got a college degree, got a business degree.
Nice.
My plans were to be a firefighter and a commercial real estate agent on the side. And as soon as I graduated, I came back to Las Vegas, walked into my Aunt Pam and Kevin Buckley's office, realized I needed to take some firefighting school, and that went out the window. Went to take my real estate license, did maybe a month, 2 months internship with Pam. Love her to death, but not my deal. Immediately went over with Kevin.
At least you emphasize that you love Pam to death.
Okay, well, first let's clarify 2 things.
Okay.
Number 1, I'm his aunt.
Correct.
So
I was wondering how you guys met.
Right? Number 1, I'm his aunt. Frankie's my nephew. And number 2, it's not that I wasn't his deal. Residential real estate,
Okay.
not his jam.
Definitely.
Clarification.
To be clear, residential
Yes.
real estate, no bueno for Frankie, but Kevin Buckley in commercial just inspired me so much to become a commercial real estate agent, and that's how this all started for me.
So you had
Yeah.
two amazing mentors in commercial real estate, in Pam as well as Kevin Buckley then, huh?
That's correct.
Yeah, and for any Vegas veteran that's possibly watching this, if you have been in the commercial space at all whatsoever, you probably know Kevin Buckley, my business partner for 15 years. Absolutely love and adore the man. If you ever wanted a tour of Las Vegas and to understand the dirt to the brick to the sale of the property over time, you should get in Kevin's Lexus and let him drive you around, and he'll tell you the story of the how every single thing in Las Vegas was ever built, who owned it, how much they sold it for, and all the deals he's closed. Lovely, lovely man, and he is literally a commercial real estate encyclopedia in Las Vegas. Would you say?
It's so true. It's so true. He's the unofficial mayor of Las Vegas.
That's right.
And it's also
And a fun one.
And you hit on a good point indirectly, and that is how important mentorship is.
Yeah.
And Frankie's been very fortunate to have two terrific mentors. So if you are a commercial agent and you don't have a mentor, you need one.
Get one.
You need
Get
one.
one. And stick
Yeah.
with him. Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that even though you didn't become a firefighter, you put out a lot of fires in commercial real estate. Though. So you're still a firefighter in one way.
Fate has a funny way of doing that to you.
Right?
So how, Pam had mentioned that you started out doing eXp residential. Wasn't your thing? How did you, and what made you go towards eXp commercial at that point? So what was the transition like?
Yeah, so we were at First Real Estate Companies for a year and a half, I would say.
You were.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
you were there a lot longer. I was there for a year and a half, and then it was just time for Pam to do her own thing, and Kevin, they not divorced, but what do you want to call it?
And
Divested.
amicable
We
separation.
They
yes.
divested their shares in the business, and I took a leap with Pam to eXp Realty. Never freaking heard of this company, had no clue what it was, and it was a residential company. Had some good technology, great, all the DigiSign, all the stuff residential agents need packaged in. Nothing really to support commercial yet because it was just so early, but just the cloud-based model, I fell in love with it. Low overhead, you're still an agent, but you don't have any liability because the brokerage is cloud-based. So still we're running commercial transactions, and then once we heard about eXp Commercial, we just decided to stick with it. I interviewed a bunch of big brokers, amazing people, amazing companies, and decided to just spearhead eXp Commercial with my lovely Aunt Pam here, and it's been going great so far.
When you guys joined eXp, how many agents did eXp have?
About 25,000.
And how many do we have right now?
Over 59,000.
Wow, so we've grown over 100% in just about 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
In 2
amazing.
years' time, we've grown over 100%. And eXp Commercial, they're not growing as fast as eXp Realty. However, there are just less commercial agents
Right,
in the
right.
world than there are residential
Right, so you're not going to have
right?
50,000 commercial agents popping up overnight.
Correct. And you can still do lower volume commercial transactions in eXp Realty,
Oh, okay.
but you're capped by volume and you're
Right,
capped
right,
by
right.
number of transactions. In fact, Frankie, can you do a residential transaction in eXp Commercial?
You can do three. You can do three.
There you
residential
go.
Up to 3 years. Is there a
Yeah.
maximum in the dollar amount, or just any?
No, that's just limited by transactions.
Okay. So if you're an agent and you do very little, maybe you're doing 2 or 3 deals a year in residential, and you've wanted to experiment and get into commercial, you can still have the best of both worlds at eXp by still being able to do 3 residential deals a year while running a commercial business.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So talk a little bit about the structure of eXp commercial. How does it work? If somebody who has absolutely no idea, how do you pitch them?
Gotcha. So, if you don't know, it's the parent company is eXp World Holdings, and then they have a residential brokerage called eXp Realty. Last year, they launched a completely separate brokerage, eXp Commercial. So they're sister brokerages, but you can't have here in Nevada. You can't hang your license in 2 brokerages, so it's one or the other. They're constantly updating and adding new technology. This week we got another, I forget what it's called actually. I need to freshen up on the
You've
they
got
roll out-
so
they-
many.
they
Quit
roll
playing
out-
softball at night.
They roll out so many new programs, and it's
That's
kind of
true.
tough to keep up, but it's amazing.
So what are some of that we have right now?
Reonomy is the big one. Reonomy is amazing. Off-market property ownership information, loan, debt information, all that good stuff.
Build out.
We have build out for marketing. We build out elite. So we have the database, email blasts, marketing, all that stuff. We have SkySlope transaction management, which is awesome. We have Agent Hub, which is a new one, personalized website, social media tracking, another email blast campaign option there. We have,
And of course, it comes with DigiSign, just like eXp Realty, that's integrated with SkySlope.
yep.
So,
Don't break the mic,
Easy
Pam.
there.
Frank, I have a question for you. All this stuff, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm curious. If you had to get all those programs a la carte, how much money would that cost you?
Reonomy's at least 5 or 1,000.
Okay.
Build out, I don't even know. I think build out's probably 500 as well.
And these are monthly, right?
Monthly.
So,
correct,
okay, so we're talking
several thousands of dollars.
several thousands of dollars. So give everybody an idea what you get. You're getting all this being a commercial agent at eXp. How much does it cost you?
$250 a month is
Holy cow.
our tech fee.
Wow.
You know, we get all that.
$250 a month to get all that stuff that's going to cost somebody else thousands of dollars.
To get all the tech fees, to get grandfathered in for anything new. There's
Right.
never raise any prices for you. We get access to all the Regis shared office spaces.
Yeah.
My Aunt Pam likes to do her own thing, so we have another office, but that's beside the point. Yeah,
Beat
so
to my
that's,
own
that's-
drum.
That's all included in the $250 a month.
but listen, and break that down. Like, if I'm Glenn Sanford and I'm purchasing, 59,000 KV cores, KV Core is going to give me a discount to do that, right? So then I could pass that discount on to my agents. Me being a small boutique shop, I was paying like over $700 a month for KV Core for one agent.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's just because you're buying in volume and scale.
Right,
It's, so because the company is so large, we're able to keep the costs down. And
we
that's
have
a
no
good
brick
point.
and mortars.
That's a good point, though. So, somebody might say, I don't want to be a part of something that's 59,000 big because I don't want to get lost in the shuffle. So how do you stay plugged in? Like, talk to us about education and training and things of that nature. Like, do you
Gotcha,
feel,
yeah.
how do you don't, so they don't have an office. How do you stay plugged in?
That's a
Right.
great point.
There's so many different ways you can go about it with this company because it's an amazing setup for just an independent agent. If you know what you're doing, you just want to roll deals, limit your liability, you don't really need too much support. It's amazing for that. They've also been implementing so many different trainings, and each state has a designated managing broker that's there to assist you with anything and everything you need.
Right.
Of course, once they get more agents, they add more brokers. There's team leaders, there's advisors, there's people who can help you throughout transactions and or be like a coach, mentor role to help you out. We have a free training nationally for all commercial agents, actually, the NCREA. It's a great first step into commercial real estate, all the basics from purchasing and selling to tenant representation to the before after tax calculation, anything and everything. It's in a 5-day course. The 3 main days you actually do get a designation, so you can get a little alphabet soup.
Alphabet soup
Very
after your
nice.
name.
Very
Yeah.
good.
So yeah, it's really a full brokerage. We have structures in place for
So
new
you
and
just-
seasoned agents.
I think you just made a really good point. So, whether I own a firm of commercial real estate agents and we have our own book of business, maybe we don't or don't need all of this technology, it's a great place for me to take my entire business, reduce liability, and probably reduce a lot of overhead, right? Expense,
100%,
right?
yeah.
If I'm a new agent, I want to get into commercial real estate, you're telling me like I could have an advisor, I've got a managing broker that actually talks to me,
Yep.
I've got workplace chat groups that are going to teach me, like I could bounce things off of people.
Yep.
I can get referrals from anywhere in the world because we're an international company.
Yep.
So even if you're a one-man or one-woman operation, you're really not, because you have a support staff, that's so deep. I mean, dozens of people, hundreds of people. I mean, you have so many different resources of people.
At any given time, there's 250 active employees in our eXp virtual world to
Right.
help you with anything from contracts to transactions to where's my commission at? And they
Yeah.
deposit. It's all direct
It's
deposit.
true.
Get paid quickly. So yeah, we have all the structures in place.
One of the benefits with eXp Realty is the referral network.
Yeah.
Is that similar with eXp Commercial? Is there a referral network? Are you finding yourself getting leads from other agents throughout the country on the commercial side as well?
All the time.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in the same workplace. It's the business Facebook we have for our company eXp. We have our own group in commercial, but yeah, eXp Realty can refer to eXp Commercial and vice versa, and you should see my phone. I got like 300 notifications every single day from not necessarily Las Vegas, but all over the world. People are giving referrals. It's amazing.
I just think it's interesting in a day and age where, independent agents or brokerages will go out and they will pay for lead sources, maybe through its Zillow or, I've never done it, so I don't know how good or not good those lead sources are or whatever. But man, it sure is pretty beneficial if you're going to get an actual lead source from state to state, agent to agent, from another agent who's actually vetted a client out and said, this is what I'm looking for. Do you have it? And you can respond.
You hit the nail on the head, and something just occurred to me. You know what? If you're buying leads from, let's say, Zillow, wherever the case may be, it's a financial investment, right?
Oh, for sure.
A significant one.
Yeah.
So with eXp, when you're part of eXp, you have this whole referral network. It's not costing you a dime to access all these referrals versus having to lay out God knows how much money, thousands of dollars to get leads. Wow, that's mind-blowing.
Yeah, and the definition of the word lead, and I'm sure that it also applies in commercial real estate as much as it does in residential real estate, but the definition of the word lead can be vary greatly.
Yeah, it can.
Does that mean like somebody actually just like pressed a button on somebody's listing so they become a lead? And I have to pay for that?
Right.
Or do I actually have a client I'm referring to? Those are the kind of leads that we find within eXp.
That's a great point.
So it's great to know that has in commercial real estate as well.
These are quality. You hit the nail on the head. These are the qualified leads through the eXp referral program, whereas the other leads that you're getting with these other programs, they're not necessarily qualified.
Yeah, you might have to go through 10 to 100 of them to get one transaction. It's a lot of work, right?
It is a lot of work.
Yeah, I like to work with other professionals and just pass.
And the worst part about those is a lot of them aren't even exclusive.
Right.
Like 6 agents will get the same lead, and whoever calls them first.
Yeah.
And
So
this one, it can be a little bit of a rat race, So we have a lot of agents, and when we post in Vegas, you got to be quick. You're not, you got to call.
Oh, that's
them.
for sure.
You got to call them and make secure
or you
the
just
referral,
become the Las Vegas referral.
That's
exactly.
So you had talked about advisor. I do know that you were the first certified advisor in the state of Nevada. So what does that mean? What does that look like for other commercial agents that might be looking to learn?
So we have the same program in eXp Realty as the mentor program for any new agents, anybody who hasn't done commercial real estate or done any transactions full time in the last couple of years. It's actually a requirement, but it's also an amazing opportunity. You get to partner with an advisor like myself to assist you in your first 3 transactions, and after the 3 transactions, if you feel like you're ready to go on your own, you're on your own. If you want to renegotiate with your advisor, then you're more than welcome to do so.
I love that. So let's just talk cold turkey. Top cold turkey. What's the split? I'm brand new. I need an advisor. What's the split?
You're 50-50 for your first 3 transactions.
Awesome. And here's what I'm going to say is that, for anybody who's like going, oh my gosh, 50%, why don't I just work for free? Truth of the matter is that you can earn 100% of nothing, because if you don't have an advisor walking you through that transaction, protecting you, protecting the client, seeing the things that you don't see because you just don't know what you don't know. You need the experience behind you, especially in commercial real estate. I will never take that away from residential real estate as well. But in commercial real estate, it's just they're usually larger transactions with more money at risk, right?
Yeah.
So you can earn 0% of nothing, or you can earn 50% of something and 100% of experience and knowledge and growth, right? So I think that the advisor program is worth every single penny to be able to sponge off of somebody with your type of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And then the advisors are geographical, right? So Frankie you would never be an advisor for Orange County.
Yeah, actually it's interesting because of the product specialty types now. They are allowing that.
Really?
If you wanted to dive into a specific niche, say I only want to do multifamily.
Mm-hmm.
I like multifamily and I've done some, so I could actually help you. But say you want to do retail, I don't do retail. You would get a product specialty advisor to help you with retail because you're on the national scale.
I like that.
Yeah, but it's
And then
better
you
to have
also-
boots on the ground.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
And then, so if I am an experienced commercial agent and I'm independent, I'm not working under a team or any type of those structures, what does it cost me to work for eXp Realty? What are the caps? What's the minimum transactions, that kind of thing?
Similar to eXp Realty, you have 80-20 split until you pay in, it's $20,000 a year for
Okay.
eXp Commercial, and then you're at 100% with your splits just if you're on your own. You pay the $250 a month cloud fee.
Yep.
There is a $100 transaction risk management fee per transaction, capped at $1,000, so only for your first 10 transactions.
Wow.
There's a $150 errors and emissions broker and the broker fee all in one, and that's not capped. That's every transaction. And then once you're capped, you just pay an additional, I think it's $150, $200 a transaction. So very minimal, small fees for the amount of errors and emissions insurance and the risk management and the broker review for what we're getting for that. Very small.
Now, can you become an icon agent in eXp Commercial?
Yes.
Hey.
Stand by. Next podcast, I'll be an icon.
So basically, a couple of weeks, come back and
Exactly.
Yep.
That's amazing.
To be an icon, you need to. There's two different ways you can earn it. You need to net $500,000 in gross in commissions for the year, or
So many transactions.
yeah,
A number of transactions.
in a minimum of like 20 transactions or something.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's two different ways to do it.
And then if that happens, then eXp actually pays you back that $20,000 that you've paid in transaction fees in the form of stock. And some of that stock you can cash out immediately. Some of it has to be held as an award, I think for up to 3 years. However, now you're in it to the company for nothing. So that's pretty amazing.
because eXp Commercial is so brand spanking new, what would be your advice to seasoned commercial agents throughout the country for them to understand and appreciate what eXp Commercial has to offer?
Yeah, it's tough. I have a conversation a lot. I do quite a bit of referral work throughout the nation, even before eXp, talking to some old dogs in commercial real estate. My only advice would just to just do your research. Just keep up with it. Do your research. Think whatever you want to think, but we're here to stay. The numbers don't lie. It's a tech company that is focusing on commercial real estate. So always adapting, always getting new programs, always getting better. So that's it. Just do your research. You can have your opinions
Or you can call Frankie or Pam or and that's really what you want to do, is you want to speak to somebody like Frankie and have, and Frankie, I'm sure, would be happy to have an in-depth conversation with any commercial agent that's thinking about moving over to eXp, because it really, when you're making that kind of a decision, it's really important to speak to somebody who's walked down that road prior to you.
Yeah, you want to talk to somebody who is actually, you want to get the opinion of two opinions. People who have been there and people who have been there and left, right? Because there are those people who have come and left.
Mhm.
Why did they leave, right? We are not a fit for everybody.
Yep.
We are 100% not a fit for everybody.
It's true.
But we're a fit for 59,000 internationally right now.
Tight squeeze.
And growing.
Yep. No, that was perfect. That's exactly right. We're not for everybody, but the model makes sense for everybody. It's just a matter of how you view that in your own.
You know
mind.
what I love about it? So I wasn't afraid of selling off, my share in a boutique firm and coming over here, because I love the fact that eXp allows you to remain autonomous, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I never had to give up who I am, my company. I literally just was able to pick my company and the people I wanted up and move it over here, plop it down, and begin operating brokered by eXp. And I just think that's phenomenal that they give everybody, I reduce risk, reduce liability, increase productivity, increase tools. For me, it just made a lot of sense.
Make
And
more
it's
money.
The same,
Oh.
yeah, it's the same exact model in commercial. So for anybody who is in Las Vegas and in need of commercial real estate, just tell everybody a little bit about what you specialize in, what you do.
So starting out with Kevin and you guys, I did a little bit of everything. Started as a generalist, just did whatever came my way. Very fortunate to do a little bit of every deal, I would say, to every type of deal, but really love investments. I'm pursuing my CCIM following my Aunt Pam's footsteps.
And what's a CCIM again?
Youngest CCIM ever here,
In the
right here.
nation.
When she was 4.
4.
I did just get paid out, but it's fine.
Was it to play with Legos or get a CCIM? And one with a CCIM. What does CCIM stand for again?
Certified Commercial Investment Member.
And that ain't easy to get, is it?
No,
It's like
not.
a master's degree in commercial real estate.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just fundamental knowledge.
Yeah.
It is a very intimate understanding to the depths of every type of analysis
Right.
there could be on real
Like
estate.
being a doctor of commercial real estate.
Yeah.
Long term, I want to focus on investments all across the board. You know, it can be any product type, but I really just love industrial, owner user investments, all of it, single, multi-tenant, anything. Do a lot of multifamily, love multifamily. Those are my 2 that I focus on predominantly. So happy to help. Anybody needs some multifamily or industrial?
You know I'm going to throw you this question. So how is the warehouse industry in Las Vegas?
It is awesome. It's been strong, very strong through COVID. All of the pandemic and everything. Industrial is pretty, I don't want to say unscathed, but it was always held strong, held steady. Rents are going up, price per square foot's going up. The heart of Southwest right now is getting to $250 a square foot.
Wow.
Wow.
Got an upcoming listing in the heart of Southwest, right by Town Square. 10,000, 11,000 square feet. Should be live in the next week or so. If anybody
Amazing.
is interested.
And hopefully something next to Allegiant Stadium in maybe a month.
Yep.
Great little warehouse.
Oh yeah.
So Frankie, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Finally got the kid on camera. It's taken 7 episodes to do so, but we're here.
It was a struggle for Frankie to walk the 50 feet from his office to the
Into
conference
the conference room.
But he did it.
He nailed it. So for those that are out there, we always like to end the session with our guests. Like, if there is anything else you want somebody to know about eXp Commercial, what would it be?
Just that it's ever changing and ever growing. There's so many things that are on the agenda between opening up in new countries. We're offering business brokering. We're
Wow.
expecting property management Q4 of this year, and capital markets Q1 of next year. Just so many amazing branches of eXp Commercial that are yet to come. So stay tuned.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you guys for having me. This has
Well,
been
you're
fun.
welcome, but you don't get to leave yet because
Okay.
because you have to sit through John's awful joke. It's a tradition.
Well, today it's plural, awful jokes.
Oh, no.
I haven't decided which one
Lovely.
we're going to use.
Let's see. Okay.
See what you got.
Guy walks into a psychiatrist's office wearing see-through shorts.
Oh.
Psychiatrist says, "Clearly I can see your nuts."